Hey everyone, my name is Matthew Rice, stop motion creator. Today we're going to be learning how to make armatures, the structural component to all of our puppets. This is a wire armature, and there are different ways to do it. This is just the way I prefer to do it. The tools that we'll need for this are armature wire. This is 1/16 gauge. And epoxy. There are a lot of kinds out there. This one is specifically for metal. And that's all we need for the basic armature. Let's start creating. So first, you should really just draw out the shape of the character that you want. Then, lay out my armature wire to match the body. I'm making one longer armature wire that wraps around the legs and will act as the spinal column for the character. I double up that wire and triple it up depending on how heavy and durable I want the wire to be. Then we'll work on the shoulders and arms, again doubling or tripling up on that wire to make it stronger. Let's slow this next bit down for you. We'll then attach the shoulder and arm wire to the spinal column by threading it through and twisting it shut tightly. Don't worry if it has a little wiggle. We'll fix that next with the epoxy. Then I'm just going to make a final twist and tighten up all of my wires before we get to the next step. Next, I'm just going to lay my wire armature back over my drawing to figure out where I want to put my epoxy. The epoxy is put in places that you do not want your wire to bend, such as the bicep area, the forearms, the thighs, the shins, the hips, and of course, where it connects at the sternum and shoulders, right at the base of the neck. The epoxy that I'm using is specifically designed for metal. It is a two-part component that must be mixed together in order to harden. This epoxy is fairly sticky. I've had some that don't have this much stick, but this one unfortunately is sticking right to my fingers. Sometimes it's okay to use some gloves, which I do use from time to time. But for each section, we will smash it together for roughly 30 seconds to a minute, just to ensure that all of the chemicals are mixed together. And we will start putting it in place. During this time, you will have a minute to 2 minutes to really get your epoxy put into place before it starts to harden. You may feel a little bit of warmth. That is just the chemical reaction happening. But once the epoxy is put in place, you'll want to let it cure overnight. And then if you really want to clean it up to get rid of some of the bumps, you can just take a small grinding tool to it to fix that. The most important part about putting the epoxy on is to just make sure it's really into the wires. That way it holds solid and you know that that area is not going to bend when you are moving your puppet. Again, crazy sticky. I really wish I would have used gloves during this. And there we have it, a basic wire armature. If you like this video, like and subscribe, or if you have questions or comments, please leave them below.